Let's start from our colleagues of Indire and Catholic University. So here we have Sara Mori with Jessica Newint, Alicia Rosa and Michela Zambelli. We made a presentation about observing and enhancing talent, the first results from the SOPI tool.
Good afternoon, hi. Thank you very much to Paolo to be here. It's a very pleasure for us to be here at this conference and to talk about the project, to talk about the tools that we are creating. We are created the first part of the experimentation on these tools, but for us it's very important to talk about the theme of and the argument of this section. Because in Indire, I'm Sara Mori, I'm working in Indire, I'm researching in Indire, and we are working a lot on the possibility to have a more personalization in the classroom with teacher, and we are very interested in to work with teachers to make a more personalized didactics and to make more to increase the capability of teacher to observe the students for what they are. For what they are and for what they are, their experience, their interest and their potential. With some of you, we work with on the evaluation, and especially on the evaluation at primary school, and all the team of the evaluation and how the evaluation can describe student, how the evaluation can understand the part of the student that could increase. In Indire, we are trying to develop tools that go in the direction of creating more occasion to have a relationship where teacher can observe students and can give feedback that can increase their possibility, their capability and their attitude. So we have tried to start from the talent, the theories of talent, and we are trying to understand how is the talent in classroom and how teacher and how student can improve their talent in the classroom context. Because often in our activity, indeed we work a lot with teacher and a lot of classroom, we found that students in a lot of time say that they are not how they want to be in the classroom, and they talk about this in our research. So we start from this point to help teacher to meet the needs of students and go in the direction to improve what they can do and what they want to do. We have so an experimentation last year where with the personalized teaching design and with the help of technology. So we start with a tool of observation. We make an experimentation on a model for observing student potential, and we sharing with teacher a common vocabulary and terms and methodologies in the area of personalization, brain-based, and affect learning. We start from this point of view, and we try to provide equal opportunity for all the students to show their strength and interest to develop their potential and more personalized in training during the time. We start from the Gardner theory, not because we think that it was the theoretical best framework or scientific framework, but because for teacher it was very operationalized and it was more practical than other type of attitude model. So we start from them, and we have made, and we are making, because we are starting now with the second part of the project. We make a research training project, so we start in an online course where teacher, we share with the group involved teacher in an online course. We share together a framework, we share together a step to observing student, to use the tools, and then to making and to construct a personalized interview with students. So we have an online platform, we have this activity in online platform, and then we have the documentation, and we are going in the visit to visit some schools. The tools, we say the name of SOPI, because Student Potential Observation Instrument of INDIRE, and we try to do instruments and tools that the teacher can use in classroom to observe the students, like a checklist, and then I show you. And we, for potential, we intend the possibility of a person of movement in a particular area domain. We can determine it by two key aspects: the ability and the interest and motivation. So we try to describe student in this type of domain. Their ability, what for teacher they can do, and what they would like to do, what is their interest. Because always to talk with teacher, our research starts always from a need that born on our ground, our research. Say, okay, I can do it, but I don't interested in it. I can do, but I don't want to do. Or I would like to do this, but I can't. I would like to do this type of thing. I would like to do, but I don't. I have not the instrument to do. So we try. Okay, try to make reflect student and teachers with this aspect. What you can do and what you would like to do. And so we describe the 9 potential domain. Starting to the Gardner domain, so they are, but we have give an interpretation that is not an intelligence interpretation, but a practical interpretation: logical, mathematical, linguistic, spatial, musical, kinesthetic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, not intelligence, intrapersonal. So we try to make him to observe the students on this domain on 2 observation scales: attitude, attitude, interest, and ability. We make 3 versions of the tools, divide for the age, because we work with a teacher from preschool, primary school, secondary school, secondary school. So we make 3 versions of the instrument, 4, 7 years, 8, 13 years, and more of 14 years. And we make also a version for the teenagers students. So we can make the compare from how teachers see the student and how students see themselves. And this is how is the instrument. We are constructing now the instrument online, the tools online, but we also, teachers have also the PDF. We have 3 levels, low, medium, and all more big level. And we have on the attitude and on ability. Teacher can observe in various activity student. This is the example for the first domain and area, the first area, and there is a description of the area, and there is a moment, some moment, and some activity when teacher can observe student. And they can do it in a transversal moment, in transversal activity. So they can have this a sort of grid. They have a PDF, or we have all the online form. And for us, it's important that teacher can to describe their vision where they can describe. It's not important to complete all the 9 area. You can complete also 1 only area, and or 2. But for us, it's very important then the discussion between teachers. we ask always that more than one teacher of the same class make the project, participant to the project, but for us it's important to say, okay, I see this, and you, what did you see? For us it's important this, and for you, what is important? What is your student in your relationship? So for us, the first aim the first aim of this study is to develop this instrument and to try to experiment in classroom. So we, in the first part, we are now in the second part. In the first part, we start with the baseline with 69 teachers from different level of schools. We make the SOPI in the classroom, and we have a baseline questionnaire and a final questionnaire. For the baseline questionnaire, we ask the teacher if they use just something. Okay, the participants is not a normal sample in the sense that are all teachers that are involved in the project and they want to personalize the didactic. So they say that they use just some methods to observe potential and to observe the attitude of student. But we say the first result about the psychometric characteristic of the instrument, so the response of the 69 teacher, and the major part in the final questionnaire say that have a big satisfaction of the utility, especially because they have the possibility to have more complex information of the student. They have some activity or indicators where they can observe aspects that usually they don't observe. But there is also some limits because there is more time, more need to complete the instrument, and especially for the preschool, teachers say the version to 4 to 7 here is not so appropriately for the time of the preschool, is more for the primary and secondary school. And but they are, the major part is very satisfying, because they say that the instructional clearing, there is a distinction between skills and attitudes, and this part is very important for teacher, because for us, they say that it could be possible to talk with students about what we would like to do. So it's an opportunity to understand that the student could have any potential to explain, and it would be some aspect of difficult because a lot of elements could be analyzed. It's not too easy to analyze a big complexity of data observation. We make a lot of another point. We are now making implementation of this experimentation. We have now 120 schools that starting to use these tools, and we are trying to go in depth of the description of the domain, because for a lot of teachers it's not so sufficient the description of how we can observe and with activity. So we are now to try to go more in depth. And the major part have say that the expectation has confirmed respect in the initial, the first part of the training course, and we go in depth to description on the evaluation grid of the observation grid, and the rest of the teacher that we are making the first part are making the second part of this training. We are increasing the number of teachers inside the school, because for us it's very important, because it could improve also the possibility of make a confront, a discussion, a comparison inside the school. Okay, so we are here in this moment. And for us it's very important to present here this work because we are working to improve the tools, to improve also the training. It's not a tools that we can give to the teacher without a training, without a contest where to share and to have then a discussion about the results. But what we see also, I was in Didacta Puglia until yesterday, and we make a lot of workshop with the instrument. It is nice to see the point of view of teacher that talk about the same student making alone the instrument, and then okay, I say the student, I suppose it could be, and also it's very interesting the point of view of student. When we ask to them how you see this description about interpersonal, and where we can see your attitude or your interest, they describe a lot of moments outside of the school. It was very interesting for me because a lot of the things that they do out from the school they describe themselves. So how can we personalize the moment, the didactic moments to improve the nearest world of the guys and girls. Thank you very much.